shut that off before I get a copyright ding. What is going on, Watch fam? Mike Doe here, and wanted to talk to you guys about my new Christopher Ward Bell Canto in the Verde green. A tradition that I have is I always grab a nice bottle of something when I get a new watch to celebrate it, and I figured it's the Bel Canto. It's Italian for beautiful singing or beautiful sound, something like that. So I got a nice Italian Barolo La Spinetta 2007. Really fantastic. But I kind of thinking I got the wrong wine for this, because with the amount of companies that worked on this watch, making parts or doing finishing, that sort of stuff, I really should have gotten a Burgundy where they're blending a whole bunch of different grapes, because yeah, this was a group effort for sure. I'll tell you what, look at this thing. It is incredible. I got a little heads up from a watch reviewer when this thing was in the works, and they had a sneak peek at some stuff, and they told me to be on the lookout for it because they knew I was such a huge MBNF nerd. I would easily sell my whole collection if it would get me an MBNF, which it wouldn't, but I would if I could. Those things that's my grail. And this kind of is like if you got one of those on wish.com. It's very nice. It's very nice. And you can see they did some nice little touches. They balanced the finishing out very well, where the spots where they didn't go in depth with the finishing, it still looks good without pulling back too much, you know. But I really enjoy it. Fits great. I mean, 41 millimeters and 22 millimeter lug spacing, which might be wide for some people, but I like a wider strap on my watches a little bit. It makes it feel more planted. But yeah, so the thing about this watch, works great. It's keeping pretty decent time. I'm like probably into plus or minus 20 seconds a day, somewhere around there, 15 to 20. But when you buy a watch like this, you are not buying this for accuracy or anything like that. This is watch nerd stuff. This is, look what it can do. Look how it's done. It's crazy. It's different, and yeah, and it makes noise. Of course, it's not right now. I should have timed this a little better, but yeah. So beautiful sound out of it. Not too loud, but if you're in a quiet room, you will easily hear it in the room, and you might even hear it carry into the next room. It does carry very well. I'm going to try and do this one-handed, so forgive me. Oop, let's go this way with it. There you go. So, I really like the watch, but I do have a couple problems with it. I bought this watch to wear for work. I work in a casino dealing blackjack, and so it's actually pretty big deal for me to have a watch on, because I can't look at a phone. There's no clocks on the walls or anything like that, so my watch is my only anchor on knowing the time. So I actually care quite a great deal about what I have on. And I brought this into work. When I got it, first thing I did was take the bracelet off, put it back in the box, put the strap on that I ordered with it, and then went into work. And it looks like $1,000,000 in there with all those lights. We got a whole bunch of shaded areas with spot beams and stuff. But then the problems started arising. If there is anti-reflective coatings on this thing, they must not be very thick or applied very liberally, because wow, this thing glares. Absolutely, it's like a floodlight. But at the same time, it becomes so illegible on that dial because of the lack of contrast and stuff, that when I'm at work, I can't see the time unless I bring this right up to my face. So that's a negative for me in that respect. For me, it really shouldn't be for most people, because if you're not, most people wouldn't be buying this to use as a functional time telling device. This is something of whimsy, something of fun. I was just hoping I could use it functionally at the same time. The other problem I have is with the chime. At home, I can hear it. I can hear it across the room, in the next room, even if it's quiet. At work, where it's noisy and a bunch of background stuff going on, I can't hear it at all. And so it was 2 disappointments. Can't read the time, can't hear that chime that I've been waiting for, a chiming complication to come into my collection for 30 years. Got one. My God. About time. But I can't use it at work. And I have several other watches that I absolutely adore for wearing around the house or running errands or my leisure time. So I'm not sure where I'm going to fit this in. Still trying to figure that out. But I'll tell you what, I love it. I just don't know if I'll wear it. So there you go. That is my Christopher Ward Bell Canto Verde Green. Cheers.